Hi Marie, how were these girls captured in the first place?
When they go and gather wood, sort of away from home, alone or in small groups. Other times would be when there is an attack on a village, and then the rebels would just walk into houses, break down the doors, and just take them. If it was in the house, there were so many instances where the parents interfered, would not let their daughter be taken, and then parents would be shut down immediately in front of the girls. So
Tell us a bit about their experience whilst being a child soldier.
some take sort of young adults, but others, like the LRA, take 8, 9, 10-year-old who spend 4 or 5 years in the bush. They were made to walk for days and days and days with loads that were too heavy for them under sun and conditions of extreme thirst and hunger. If you stop, you're beaten. If you fall down, you can be killed if you don't get up. So many of their peer, little girls and adults for that matter, killed in front of them because they couldn't carry the load. They were made to kill with big sticks. They were made to do it often. And when I asked some girl, were you afraid? And she said, I was afraid at the beginning, but after a while, I became like an animal.
How did they escape from these armed groups?
In the Province Orientale, those that were taken by the LRA, it was always because there was an attack, either by the Ugandan or the Congolese army, the FRDC. So in the confusion of the battle, obviously people being killed, they did get away, and if they had a gun, they threw the gun out and they ran away. Or in the Kivus, in North and South Kivus, that was completely different. They escaped themselves whenever there was an opportunity. And that was very, very scary because many of the children were recaptured and, of course, either beaten, taken to a cell for days without any food or water, or killed.
So you met one girl that was formerly a wife of Kony.
She just said she was a wife of Kony and was well treated after the beginning. Beginning was very, very difficult, like everybody else, and then she was chosen. She had a really, really hard time accepting the life that she was going back to, which is a life of desperate poverty. She said, well, I just want to go back because of the status I had there.
Can you tell me about the work that you were doing in the DRC for the past 6 weeks?
We were there to give a voice to the girls. We ended up listening to 156 girls. That's a lot. All of them said that initially it was joy and tears when they came home. Many of them, family thought they were dead, but very quickly, for most of them, situation deteriorated. The communities felt they had lost value. And value in a girl is codified, and definitely you cannot have known a man because then how marriageable are you going to be? How acceptable are you? And it made them very angry. There was so much rage in those girls. There was something in them. They had suffered immensely. They'd been abducted and they come home and people turn their back on them. I mean, they said physically, or families would not let their girls associate with them. And that really is a crux of reintegration.
What do you think can be done next?
Make sure that people understand these girls are victims and that their behavior is not just what happened in the bush, but it's in response to the rejection that they are facing in their communities.